Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Hope you've had a good week. Now I'm trying to put some really nice shows on the channel at the moment, stuff I've personally added to the queue, stuff I want to see personally on the channel myself as well. And today I've lined us up 3 absolutely superb bands to check out going into the weekend. Man, doesn't get any better than this on the underground. The first band we're going to look at, we had these guys once before on a priority submission, it absolutely blew me away. Sludgy, dirty, blackened, just all sorts of stuff going on in there. Post-metal as well. And that's what we've got today. 3 kind of blackened post-metal-y bands. We're going to kick off with Melted Bodies. The track is called The Hot Dog Contract. These guys are so sick. Let's check this one out.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any more complicated, it does. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more convoluted, oh, it does. Exclusivity reach, I began on first and continue in perpetuity. They breathe and cannot be terminated. Exploitations of your life as many creations associated with such creations. I am my own control.
Yes! Hot damn! Man, that was one of the coolest tracks I've ever heard in my life. It sounded so dope. All the sounds in there, the riffs, the drumming, the vocal, the effects on the vocals, the way they'd pushed it right back in the mix in some sections, the spoken word as well, that build up as well on the spoken word. Man, there were so many cool things going on in this track, so many cool sounds, the bass, those electronic sounds that weave themselves in seamlessly into the noise. Man, so many nice things going on in this music, avant-garde and weird and out there. blackened and harsh as well, and nasty and dark. Man, just so many ways, so many kind of words you can use to describe this one track. So amazing. Love the video as well. Video was great for that one. So yeah, superb band. Amazing. These guys are amazing as well. I've had them on the channel before, and they need more listeners. Only 58 subscribers. This band is called Itself Timeless. The track is called Number 4. Let's give it a spin. Watch out if you're sensitive. Video. Love the way the bass and the guitars are two separate things in this track. You can capture your ear on both of them at all the time, doing separate things. Love the video for this one. Super high quality, very, very cool. And to see that from a band with 58 subs is really, really cool. Dope. What a great track. We're going a bit softer as we're going through the day today. Melted Bodies is going to be the heaviest of the day. And then we're going kind of more atmospheric as we're going through the bands today. And man, these guys are a nice halfway point from what we're going to get for the third band. Really nice, soft, atmospheric edge that came in there with and then the extra voices. Man, it was just so smooth on the ears and dropped in hard to the chuggy section again. Really nice dynamic shifts within this track. Very, very nice. Sick drumming. The only thing that I would kind of like more from this is more of a washier cymbal. Cymbals were kind of quite dry and quite thin. They're like psst, psst. And you know me, I always like a big and hear all the tail and everything. And I think it would have suited this music nicely. The thinness of the cymbals left a bit of a gap at the high end. The vocalist did fill that in a way. And I was thinking maybe they've left the mixer has left the cymbals a bit thinner and a bit drier to leave more space for the vocal, because he did have a nice high end rasp. And that would be an area that would clash with some cymbal as well. So maybe that was the choice. That was this kind of thing they had to do. Do you want that vocal to come through piercing like it did in the nice way, or do you want to have big ass washy cymbals because they're going to compete with each other? But I still think you could have got a bit more wash out of them than we did. Anyway, super nice track. Very dynamic, moved in all the right ways, just a great tone on the ears. Very, very cool. Now, we had this band on once back in 2020, and I still think they're an underground, underrated band. Maybe not so much underground, although they are still underground. But, you know, they're doing okay for themselves within the underground scene. But I would say they're underrated because they're just a really, really great sounding band. I've been keeping an eye on them since 2020. They've got some new stuff out. The band is called Heretoir. The video I've got for us today is called Wastelands, although they have got some other videos out at the moment as well. This is one we're going to listen to today. Very, very nice. Let's give it a spin. Those are the big washy cymbals you like to hear. noise sounds great. Superb. Yeah, man. I told you I'm putting on some nice stuff at the moment. There is 3 superb bands. I really like as well. We went real heavy and noisy to the start, and then a bit of a mix with some more atmospheric, softer edges, melodic edges coming in. And then Heretoir just finishes off super soft and just atmospheric. That bass tone in there, just man. I said it in the last video as well. The bassists today, and I've always been waiting for bassists to kind of push themselves to the front of the mix, be more a part of the band, be more a part of the sound, and not just be the root note, which, you know, like drummers used to be, just keeping the beat. You know, the bassists were just keeping the root note and keeping the low end, and then it was the guitarist and the vocalist that got all the spotlight. And I never really liked that, and it's more the case nowadays, and certainly this week, where bassists and certainly drummers as well have stepped up their game, become more part of the music, creating those drun, drun fills and being melodic with the kit. The bassists have got much bigger tones, effects on their bass, pushes them to the front of the mix, and they're much bigger sound. And then you can hear them doing their own runs and breaking away from the guitars, not just being a root note. It sounds so amazing, man. No complaints on the cymbals in this one, and the whole drum kit just sounded so massive with that reverb on it and everything. And it was really great how it still had so much reverb on it, but it didn't clash with the rest of the music. Sometimes when you've got that much reverb and tail and wash, and even on the drums as well, you know, it just washes everything out. But no, there was everything in there nicely. The bass pushed through. The guitars could just kind of be atmospheric over the top. The layers of vocals that are all in there and coming in from the sides as well. Yeah, really, really nice sound. Just smooth again on the ears. Man, there's 3 super duper quality bands for you to go into the weekend, check it out. And these are the kind of bands with longer tracks and big long ass albums and stuff as well. So if you like this kind of stuff and you haven't heard these bands before, here's a whole bunch of stuff for you to get into. Some of these bands have been knocking around for years and years as well. So there's kind of a catalogue of stuff to check out as well. So there you go. That's what I've got for you today. Hope you had a good week so far. We'll be back on Monday now for the Monday grind. But if you want to send over your music, we've got some really nice stuff as well. Or if you just know some really nice bands like this, if you don't have to be in a band to make a submission, you can just head over to the website. If you think, man, I know a nice band like that who haven't got many listeners, just make a submission and we'll put it in the queue and we'll try and get to it as soon as we can. Other than that, guys, have a good weekend and we'll see you back on Monday. Cheers. Bye.